Have you noticed that climbing stairs feels heavier than it used to, or that carrying groceries leaves your arms tired much faster? For many people after 60, muscles seem to shrink away almost overnight. Weak legs and stiff arms make simple daily tasks harder, and more importantly, they raise the risk of dangerous falls. This is not only about comfort, it's about independence and safety. Now here's the question almost everyone asks. Do you really need meat to keep your muscles strong, or can beans and plant proteins do the job just as well? Most of us grew up believing that meat, eggs, and dairy were the only true sources of strength. But recent science has revealed a surprising twist. The answer is not as simple as choosing one side, and what you're about to hear may change the way you look at protein forever. In this video, we'll explore the real difference between animal protein and plant protein, and find out which one helps older adults maintain strong, healthy muscles. We'll look at stories of people like Mary, 72, who changed her diet and noticed her legs feeling stronger, and we'll uncover what researchers are discovering about the way our bodies use protein as we age. Stay with me until the end, because the most surprising part might completely change the way you plan your next meal. And if you want more simple, science-based tips to keep your muscles strong after 60, remember to like this video and subscribe for future updates. As we grow older, something happens inside our bodies that most people don't see until it begins to affect daily life. Doctors call it sarcopenia, but you can think of it as a slow shrinking of the muscles. It usually begins quietly after the age of 50 and speeds up after 60. The result is weaker arms, slower legs, and less energy for even simple activities. Have you ever felt your legs heavy when walking up a short flight of stairs, or noticed that carrying groceries leaves you breathless? That's sarcopenia showing itself in everyday life. The reason is simple but serious. Our bodies naturally lose muscle fibers with age. At the same time, the body becomes less efficient at repairing and rebuilding the muscle that is lost. It's almost like a house that keeps getting small cracks in the walls, but the repair team doesn't show up as quickly as before. Over time, those cracks add up and the structure feels weaker. Protein is the main material the body uses to fix those cracks. Think of it as the bricks and cement that keep your muscles solid. Without enough protein, or without the right type of protein, the body struggles to rebuild after the normal wear and tear of daily living. That is why older adults need to pay even closer attention to protein than they did when they were younger. This is not just about looking strong. Strong muscles protect balance, keep bones stable, and lower the chance of falls and fractures. For example, John, age 68, told me he didn't realize how much strength he had lost until he bent down to tie his shoes and nearly toppled over. For him, building muscle back wasn't about appearance, it was about safety and freedom. So the real question becomes, which protein source does the best job of repairing and protecting muscles as we age? Is it the animal protein that many of us grew up believing was the gold standard, or can plant protein hold its own in this fight? The answer may surprise you, and we're about to dive into it. When most people think of protein, the first images that come to mind are usually a steak on the grill, a piece of baked chicken, a glass of milk, or a plate of scrambled eggs. These foods are classic examples of animal protein, and they have been a central part of the American diet for generations. For older adults, they remain a familiar and often comforting choice, because they are easy to find, easy to cook, and for many, they taste like home. Animal proteins carry a big advantage. They contain all the essential amino acids that the body cannot make on its own. These amino acids are like the complete toolkit your muscles need to repair themselves. That is why scientists often call animal protein high-quality protein. It is also highly digestible, meaning your body can absorb and use it efficiently. Imagine filling your gas tank with the exact fuel your car was built for. That's how animal protein works in your body. This is why many doctors encourage older adults to include foods like fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy. These foods can help maintain muscle mass, speed up recovery after activity, and even support immune function. Mary, who is 72, shared that when she added an extra serving of Greek yogurt in the morning, she noticed less soreness in her legs after gardening. For her, the small change made a visible difference in how she felt each day. But while animal protein is powerful, it is not without downsides. Many red meats and full-fat dairy products also come with cholesterol and saturated fat. These can quietly build up in the arteries, much like grease clogging a kitchen pipe. Over time, this raises the risk of heart disease, which is already a concern for many people past 60. Eating too much processed meat, like sausages or bacon, can also increase inflammation in the body, making joints stiff and recovery slower. That does not mean you need to avoid animal protein altogether. Far from it. It simply means that balance is important. Choosing lean cuts of meat, adding more fish, or selecting low-fat dairy can give you the benefits of animal protein without as many of the risks. The old idea that the more meat you eat, the healthier you'll be does not tell the full story. So while animal protein may look like the clear winner, the truth is more complicated. Because now we need to ask, can plant protein, something many people think of as weak or incomplete, really compete with meat and eggs when it comes to keeping muscles strong after 60? The answer might surprise you, and that's exactly what we'll explore next. For many people, the word protein brings to mind meat, eggs, or dairy. But what if I told you that plants, yes, simple foods like beans, lentils, chia seeds, and quinoa, can also be powerful sources of protein, especially for older adults? At first glance, this may sound surprising. Yet, for people over 60, plant protein carries unique benefits that go far beyond building muscle. Take quinoa for example. It may look like a tiny grain, but it is actually a complete protein, meaning it contains all the essential amino acids your muscles need. Or chia seeds, those little black seeds you might sprinkle on yogurt or oatmeal. They don't just give protein, they also provide fiber and omega-3s, which are like oil for your joints and fuel for your heart. Even something as simple as lentil soup, a traditional comfort food, can deliver protein while also being gentle on digestion. One of the greatest strengths of plant protein is that it comes packaged with fiber. Unlike animal foods, which have no fiber, beans and seeds support your gut health. This is crucial after 60, when digestion tends to slow down. Fiber helps keep your system moving, but it also feeds the good bacteria in your gut. And a healthy gut means better nutrient absorption, which directly supports stronger muscles. Plant proteins are also naturally low in unhealthy fats. That makes them kind to your heart and blood vessels. Imagine your arteries as water pipes in the kitchen. When you rely too heavily on foods rich in saturated fat, those pipes can clog over time. But with beans, lentils, and soy, you are protecting the flow of blood that carries oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. This means you're not only fueling your strength but also reducing risks of heart disease at the same time. Another hidden gift of plant protein is its anti-inflammatory effect. Chronic inflammation is often an invisible thief in older adults. It steals muscle strength, slows recovery, and makes simple movements like climbing stairs feel harder. Foods like soy or chia seeds contain natural compounds that calm this inflammation. For example, John, 68, began adding soy milk to his breakfast and swapped out red meat for lentils twice a week. Within 2 months, he noticed less joint stiffness and more energy for his morning walks. Small changes, big results. Of course, plant proteins are not perfect. Some, like beans or nuts, may lack 1 or 2 essential amino acids. But the solution is simple: combine them. rice with beans, or hummus with whole grain bread can provide a complete protein profile. It's like assembling puzzle pieces. Together they create a full picture of nutrition. So, does this mean plant protein is always better than animal protein? Not quite. Each has its strengths and weaknesses. The real secret lies in how you balance the two. And that is the question we will explore next: how to choose wisely for strong muscles and a healthy heart. For years, people argued over which was better, animal protein or plant protein. But when scientists studied older adults closely, the answer turned out to be far more balanced. Research shows that both sources can support strong muscles as long as they're used together wisely. In fact, it's not about choosing sides at all. It's about letting each type do what it does best. Animal protein, like fish, eggs, or dairy, delivers the full set of amino acids in one serving. That makes it powerful for quickly repairing and maintaining muscle. Plant protein, on the other hand, brings along fiber, antioxidants, and compounds that fight inflammation, which helps protect the heart and gut. When you combine the two, you get a complete package that strengthens your muscles while also protecting the rest of your body. One study from the National Institutes of Health found that older adults who ate a mix of plant and animal protein had not only stronger muscles but also better cardiovascular health. Think of it like building a house. Animal protein is the bricks, giving the walls their strength. Plant protein is the mortar, holding everything together and keeping the structure steady. Without one or the other, the house doesn't last as long. Imagine a dinner plate with grilled salmon and a side of lentils. The salmon gives you omega-3 fats and high-quality protein to fuel your muscles. The lentils add fiber, plant protein, and minerals that support digestion and lower cholesterol. Together, that one meal works in harmony to feed your body in multiple ways. Mary, who is now 72, tried this simple mix 3 times a week. She told her doctor she noticed less fatigue in her legs after her daily walks, and her blood pressure even improved. So science is clear: you don't have to give up meat, and you don't have to go completely plant-based. The secret is balance. But how do you find the right mix for your lifestyle? That's what we'll uncover in the next part, with simple, practical tips you can use starting at your very next meal. Have you ever wondered why, even though you eat protein, your body still feels weaker with age? For many people after 60, it's not only about how much protein you eat, but also how you balance it and when you eat it. The surprising truth is that the secret isn't choosing only animal protein or only plant protein, it's learning how to bring them together in a way that your body can actually use. Let me share a story. Mary, a 72-year-old retired teacher, told me that she used to eat a big piece of meat once a day, thinking it would keep her muscles strong. But she often felt tired, and her digestion wasn't comfortable. After she started spreading her protein across her meals, adding yogurt with breakfast, a bowl of lentil soup at lunch, and grilled salmon with vegetables at dinner, she noticed her legs felt lighter on her daily walk. Her body was able to absorb more from the food because it came in smaller, steady portions. That's the first key. Instead of eating most of your protein at one time, try to divide it throughout the day. Your muscles after 60 can only absorb so much at once. Think of it like watering a garden. If you dump all the water in one spot, most of it just runs off. But if you water slowly, several times, the soil drinks it in and the plants grow stronger. Your muscles work the same way. The second key is variety. Fish like salmon or trout give you high-quality protein along with omega-3 fats that reduce inflammation. Eggs and low-fat dairy, such as cottage cheese or Greek yogurt, bring protein plus calcium for your bones. On the plant side, soy foods like tofu or edamame, nuts and seeds, and whole grains like quinoa add protein along with fiber and minerals that help your digestion and heart. By mixing these together, you give your body the full range of building blocks it needs. And here's the most important part: don't fall into the trap of thinking you must choose only one type. Going extreme, only plant or only animal, can leave gaps in your nutrition. Balance is what keeps muscles strong and energy steady. So, when you prepare your next meal, ask yourself, how can I combine both sources today? Maybe scrambled eggs with spinach in the morning, a turkey sandwich with whole grain bread at lunch, and black beans with rice and grilled fish for dinner. Small choices like these create big changes over time. In the next part, we'll uncover one protein source many people overlook, but it could be the simplest way to keep your muscles strong well into your 70s and 80s. Have you ever wondered why, even though you eat protein, your body still feels weaker with age? For many people after 60, it's not only about how much protein you eat, but also how you balance it and when you eat it. The surprising truth is that the secret isn't choosing only animal protein or only plant protein. It's learning how to bring them together in a way that your body can actually use. Let me share a story. Mary, a 72-year-old retired teacher, told me that she used to eat a big piece of meat once a day, thinking it would keep her muscles strong. But she often felt tired, and her digestion wasn't comfortable. After she started spreading her protein across her meals, adding yogurt with breakfast, a bowl of lentil soup at lunch, and grilled salmon with vegetables at dinner, she noticed her legs felt lighter on her daily walk. Her body was able to absorb more from the food because it came in smaller, steady portions. That's the first key. Instead of eating most of your protein at one time, try to divide it throughout the day. Your muscles after 60 can only absorb so much at once. Think of it like watering a garden. If you dump all the water in one spot, most of it just runs off. But if you water slowly, several times, the soil drinks it in and the plants grow stronger. Your muscles work the same way. The second key is variety. Fish like salmon or trout give you high-quality protein along with omega-3 fats that reduce inflammation. Eggs and low-fat dairy, such as cottage cheese or Greek yogurt, bring protein plus calcium for your bones. On the plant side, soy foods like tofu or edamame, nuts and seeds, and whole grains like quinoa add protein along with fiber and minerals that help your digestion and heart. By mixing these together, you give your body the full range of building blocks it needs. And here's the most important part: don't fall into the trap of thinking you must choose only one type. Going extreme, only plant or only animal, can leave gaps in your nutrition. Balance is what keeps muscles strong and energy steady. So, when you prepare your next meal, ask yourself, how can I combine both sources today? Maybe scrambled eggs with spinach in the morning, a turkey sandwich with whole grain bread at lunch, and black beans with rice and grilled fish for dinner. Small choices like these may seem simple, but they create a strong foundation for healthy aging. And as we move into the final part, we'll bring everything together, so you can see the bigger picture of how to keep your muscles strong and your health steady well beyond your 60s. As we come to the end of this journey, let's pause for a moment. After looking at both animal and plant proteins, one thing becomes very clear: there is no single winner. The real strength comes from balance, from combining the best of both worlds in a way that fits your lifestyle and your health. It's not about choosing sides, but about giving your body the variety it needs to stay strong and energized. Think about it this way: healthy muscles are not just about appearance. They are your foundation for independence, for walking without help, for carrying groceries, for enjoying trips with your grandchildren. Strong muscles mean freedom, the freedom to live your life fully, even after 60. So here's my encouragement to you: embrace both. A piece of salmon with some lentils, a bowl of Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of nuts. These small choices add up to a big difference over time. Every balanced meal is like a quiet investment in your future strength. If you found today's message helpful, please take a moment to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel. Together, we'll keep uncovering simple, science-based nutrition tips to help you stay strong, independent, and full of life after 60.